All right, so what do we want to talk about? Because you guys both know I haven't watched Invincible or Severance, but I will listen and give my opinions on what you guys tell me. Because
Okay.
I can't
You're
watch.
still watching it?
No, I'm not watching Severance. Fuck that shit.
Lady and gentlemen of MDR, may I introduce choreography and merriment.
I probably should just watch it to fucking be able to talk shit about it more accurately, but it was such an that first episode was just so fucking brutal.
Mm-hmm. You can binge it now.
I don't want to binge it. I'd rather not end up with a shotgun wound in my mouth.
I will say this before we start. This season was better than the first season. I'll give it that.
Well, that's a low bar.
Yeah.
I like the first season better than the second. I thought the second season was practically worthless.
No, no. I get what you're saying. The reveals weren't great, but they did reveal shit. And that's why I'm giving it credit. They did. The reveals sucked. I don't know why everybody's like jerking this show off like it's so great.
Because the landscape for TV right now is so fucking bleak that this subpar show just seems like it's jumping over hurdles left and right to people.
Well, I don't know if you want to read the comments from when from our first video.
Oh, God.
Like everybody's like, "Oh, you guys are so upset that how can you guys be mad that this show that's actually different and you guys are complaining about it?" I was like, being different doesn't mean it's good, you fucking tard.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I get it. When they're in Severed or they're innies, everything is blue, and when they're out, it's red." That's not clever. That's fucking childlike anime bullshit.
Annoying.
And it was like, oh, but when they're like together with their innie, it's purple. Everybody's like, I don't understand, because there's all this symbolism bullshit. I was like, oh, they put this and that in there. Yeah, they're jiggling keys in front of you. That's what that is, you moron. It was like, I don't want to watch a show where I can like look over and I was like, oh, there's this picture of this thing that really means this. I was like, that's stupid. I don't want to do that. The story should be the thing that keeps me in. And it's.
I think what they were going for is they're trying to present this ultimate ethical dilemma, and you have two different distinct personalities, and they're two different beings that have two different wants, and what happens when those wants collide, and it's fucking gay. The whole fucking thing is gay. The ending was gay, the middle was gay, the beginning was gay, everything about it was gay.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. And not only that, it's like it's supposed to be a multi-billion-dollar infrastructure evil corporation. There's like 5 people running everything.
Right.
I don't understand how this company works. Like, and they keep dropping like flies. I don't know. You're not going to go back and watch it until you don't care about spoilers or anything else.
No, I don't care about spoilers. I'm looking at the comments though. You want me to read you a couple?
Yeah, sure.
I can tell being contrarian makes y'all feel real special. A couple real special boys right here.
Okay, so you guys talked about this on one of my off weeks, and so in fact, I think I even dropped a comment there that said, it's because the talent wasn't there that week. But
good one.
But
is that why we got over 1,000 views on that video?
Yeah.
Wasn't my great thumbnail and charming personality?
I went into the second season liking the first season, being okay where the first season ended. And I was looking forward to this season, and this whole fucking season was just shit. It's not being contrarian. It's just shit. The whole thing was shit. Going and spending like 4 episodes, looking for his fucking wife, and that never resolving itself. He never found his wife as his innie. Like, he never did. The whole season was him looking for his wife, and his innie never found his wife. It ended up being him.
That was one of my complaints. You can see in the first season. Why are they just allowed to roam around this building with no supervision? They're supposed to have like cameras and everything's watched, and they just roam around this building with no care in the world. It was like, this file is supposed to be so important, but it was like, oh, just let them roam around and find goats.
You know what these shows are? Like shows like this, like Severance. White Lotus, like the first season, I fucking detested. I didn't watch the second season. Third season, I got about halfway through the first episode, and my memory just went blank. I stopped giving a shit. But you know what it is? It's art house Zack Snyder. It's style over substance.
Yeah,
100%.
That's what they were pushing.
And that's fucking Ben Stiller. That's his presence in this show, because he's like a producer. I don't know if he's the creator of it, but he's a big part of it. He's all into that color scheme shit. He did it with the Mysterious Life of Walter Whitty, whatever the hell that movie was. That stupid movie where he was like this bored corporate guy, and then he goes on this weird mission, and from the trailer of the thing, it looks like this weird shit happens to him, but it's all in his head. You ever see that movie? That weird color scheme that's his baby, because he directed that. He loves that fucking when they're all depressed, they need to have this color in the background bullshit. I hate that. It's not clever. It's not fucking good filmmaking. It's fucking childish.
See, the premise of the show I liked. My problem with the show is nothing fucking pays off. Nothing. They spent what, 3-4 episodes on fucking goats?
Yeah, and the goats
setup
mean
of the goats. No, they meant absolutely nothing in the grand scheme of things. And I mean, I don't want to give spoilers for anybody who's watching it, so I'm not going to, say what the goat ended up doing. But it's exactly what you would think that a fucking evil group of people, culty people, would do with the fucking goat. The whole her outie versus her innie Helly, that didn't have any, like, there was no Helly. Regular Helly in the final episode. She was just down under in the basement the whole time. There was no, her outie trying to stop the innie or any of that. She got mad at her dad, and then boom, it was gone. The fat guy, he did exactly what I thought he was going to do. He was all gung-ho to finish the file and all that stuff because he wanted to hang out with his wife. And then his wife was like, I'm cheating on you with you. And her husband got mad.
You're mixing people up here. The fat guy? Devin, or whatever the hell his name is.
I don't know what his name is. I just know him as the fat guy.
He didn't care about that. He wasn't finishing the file. He was finishing the file until his wife said, "I'm not coming to see you again." And he had nothing to do with it.
Got mad.
No, Mark had to finish the file. That's why everybody else was able to get fired. And then Mark was like, "No, I'm not doing anything until you bring all these people back." Mark is the one that had to fill, because it's his wife. It's her brain. So that's the big reveal. All the files they do, it's all different personalities that his wife has. So that's what you stopped watching was, all right, spoiler, fuck it. I don't know how much we're going to go into this.
So it all goes back to the Asian woman.
Yes.
Yeah.
What is this, altered carbon?
And you want to know why? You want to know why it was his wife?
Because they got married?
No, who knows? We don't fucking know.
No, they did a background video where, how they met, and they did this whole thing. They filmed it. Of course, they had to. Everybody's jerking it off because it was filmed in actual film or whatever the hell it was. It's all graded. It's not like film like the rest of the show. It was everything's soft colors. It's like, yeah, all right, great, cool.
I hate this 60s Barbie like aesthetic they have.
That's what yeah. But then they have like it's all grainy and so it's like very bright, as the rest of the show's like got very dark contrast and colors. How they met, and basically she had fertility issues and she went to Lumen, and that's basically how they think. This is all people talking about the show. They don't right out say it, but how they got her information, why they chose her was they were trying to get pregnant. They went through Lumen and like they have a bunch of her information and shit. And the doctor that's doing all these experiments on her underground, that's what they've been doing with her the whole time, is splitting her brain and put her in these situations where she's in pain or she's afraid. What they're saying with the whole thing about this show and what they're doing, Lumen is doing, is separating pain from people, a world without pain. So they want to fucking give everybody a chip so they never experience pain. That's
stupid.
Yeah,
that was the whole thing. I must have slept through that or something. I mean, I remember the episode where they showed her and her split personalities and all.
That's what they were doing. She was on an airplane. She was all afraid. It was like, but they want her to walk out. Basically, they want when you're in your innie, you don't want to be so afraid. You want to be so this or that you basically break your boundaries and basically remember what happened. You still remember the pain. Somehow they want the chip to be strong enough where nothing can break it. Where something so traumatic happens to you that it's in your brain. You can't even if the chip's in there, it's still going to get through. Like that's going to be a memory. It's going to be something that affects you. They want to. The last one, Cold Harbor, was supposed to be the most dramatic one, and that's why her not having a crib. Not having a baby and her dismantling her crib was supposed to be so dramatic that it was supposed to like break through the chip, but they were kind of unsuccessful because what's his name? Well, I don't want to get into it, but it's he basically they free the Asian woman if we're doing spoilers.
I'll tell you this as far as a spoiler, it is the worst possible outcome of an ending that you could possibly think of. Like it was just awful. It was the stupidest fucking thing. And I wish I could talk about it, but
we can. Why not? Why are we worrying about spoilers? Like, everybody thinks we're contrarian.
Fuck this show.
Yeah. We're not doing this because we fucking left the show. Honestly, I thought that because there was a lot of fights, there's a lot of I'll give the show credit where it revealed things, but the reveals sucked. Like
all of them.
You find out why that the Arquette chick, I always forget her stupid name. The old lady that left, that got fired. You saw that in the first episode. You find out her backstory, why she talks like that weird robot voice, is because she's been groomed as a kid to work for Lumen, and she's been in the system her entire life. They have a whole, that's why she's all robotic. That's why a lot of them do it. That's what that little Asian girl is doing. She's in the process of going through the programming of Lumen. That's why she's 12 years old and working there. She's about to go to a school where they teach her how to be all robotic and all weird for Lumen. So her backstory is not only she's been in the system, her mother, they show you why she had all that weird equipment that she was prying to in the first season. Her mom, she came from a weird, shitty town that everybody worked in the ether factory. And it poisoned everybody in the town and her mother. That the tubes and shit, because her lungs were all fucking exposed and she had breathing problems from working with ether. So she goes back to her town where mom dies.
The show makes me wish I had a bottle of ether on hand.
Not only that, she meets everybody in this town seems to be dying, and she goes back there. It's like this weird river village that it's like everything stopped in 1970, and it's a whole bunch of old people just slowly dying, sucking on ether rags. That's the thing. They're all getting high. Even though it killed everyone in town, they're still sucked. They're addicted to it, so they have to get high through sniffing ether.
And even that episode, they were all trying to be artsy fartsy with it. It was like I clocked it. I don't remember what the time was, but it was between 5 to 7 minutes of a 37-minute episode where they didn't say a fucking word.
No, yeah. That's it, that artsy fartsy shit where she goes to her mother's room where she died and she puts on the weird breathing apparatus and she falls asleep. And this whole thing's 5 to 10 minutes of her doing this, not saying anything, crying and falling asleep.
It was 2.5 minutes of watching her car drive.
Yeah. And
then she got there and she was walking around. It was just dead silent for almost 7 minutes.
And Till, do you want to know what the big reveal of that episode was?
What's that?
What do they do in modern day? She's an older woman. She's a big part of this show. What do you think the big reveal is with her story?
She's a man.
Close.
Yeah.
She is the mastermind behind everything. But
They
Lumen,
stole her invention.
she created the chip. She created everything. She has it all on a secret notebook that she was
In the
coming
basement of her aunt's house or her mom's house that her aunt is there, and her aunt's a psychopath.
So now that she hates Lumen now, she's on the winning team, and she's, now in a position that she doesn't do it this season, but she's in a position to like fix people or get the chip out because one, she created it. The thing wouldn't exist without her, and she knows how to do everything because she's a massive genius lady.
And she and ultimately she didn't do shit for the main dude, Mark. Is that his name?
Yeah.
She didn't do shit for Mark. And when Mark went into the room, the birthing area where they were doing their test, Mark went in and he was just as any. Like all of those episodes where they were trying to reintegrate him and all that stuff, and he was going to be able to walk through those doors and keep his brain.
Wasn't the episode before that like his sister suggested that? I was like, they had these birthing things where so basically they shut off your brain so you don't have to know the pain of giving birth. So basically your innie delivers your baby and then you just have a kid and you didn't have to go through childbirth.
No, women deserve that pain.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying they found a loophole around it. So even her sister knows about this place. She goes, why don't we just take him there? And that black chick that was trying to help him, the one that stopped him from burning my wife alive into his eyeballs through light.
And we had to have a whole episode to understand that they have a fucking switch in the birthing area or birthing center to where when you walk in, you become an innie. It took a whole fucking episode for them to explain it to everybody.
It doesn't make sense because the wife, the Asian wife, she's been like separated like 25 times. So like, wouldn't the birthing center have a different activation?
No, the birthing center just had an activation to turn you into an innie. That's why when she met the girl that she met in the birthing center when she was there, that lady she met when she saw her in the park later on, the lady had no idea who she was.
That's what I'm saying though. But Mark's wife, the Asian chick, like she's been separated. Like each room had its own activation type thing. Like she was a different person every time she went in one of those rooms. I was like, why wouldn't that apply that to that where it's only for like a certain type of chip for pregnant ladies, not like the severed floor. Like it's not I don't know. I'm going into even nothing makes sense in this fucking show.
Yeah, I said I was going to watch it to talk shit, but I don't think I'm going to do that anymore.
Do you want to flash a huge spoiler?
Go
and
ahead,
then we just
spoiler, fucking
spoiler,
dick.
Spoiler. So Mark gets in a fight with his innie through a camera that they keep passing in and out of the birthing center.
So when he's in the house, he's the innie. When he walks outside, he's the regular Mark. So they would record a message. He'd walk outside, turn in the Mark, look at the camera, go back and record something, and that's how they're talking to each other. That's how.
So they were like, oh shit, this is cool. This is awesome. I'm talking to my innie. I'm talking to my outie. And then all of a sudden the innie's like, well, fuck you, dude. You're going to try to kill me. And so they got in a fight, and he was like, if the next place I'm not at is is it Lumen, then I'm not doing shit. I'm going to kill your wife. And so then all of a sudden, ding, he comes out of the elevator, right? And the end of this story, and I'm not shitting you, they go down, they break into the bottom floor, they save the wife, they bring her up, and there's this all emotional, oh, do you remember me on Mark, breaking through the fucking programming. And then they pull him up to the top. He walks up, he walks her out the door. She gets all her memories back, and she turns around and she's like, Mark. And he's like, turns around and looks at Hetty, and the innie decides, no, we're fucking staying in here. And he turns around with Hetty and he runs away from the wife. And that was the end of the last episode.
You skipped some stuff there to help. I mean, if I didn't watch, I watched the show, so I know exactly what you're saying. But if Til here has no idea. So
I've
basically,
already forgotten who Hetty is.
Hetty's the redhead.
There's a redhead?
What do you mean there's a redhead? There's four characters.
Dude, my brain is just like, this show
All right, let me like
rewriting hard drive space.
let me break down the season. It basically comes down to the old chick pretty much came up with everything. She came from some poor ether town. She came up with everything, but they told her like, everything for Lumen, nobody should take credit for it. It's Lumen's discovery. So they basically took her chip invention and didn't give her any credit and gave her a shitty management job. Let's see, Mark. He realizes that he finds out like from last season that his wife is alive, and they devise a plan. He tries to reintegrate his brain, basically merge the innie and the outie, but the black chick did a whole. It all came down to when he tried to do it. They did a whole flashback episode. That's when they have like the backstory with the wife, how they met, and the night she died. And then that same episode, you find out that she's, they didn't give you any backstory on her, where she's been. They've been basically testing things on her for the last 2 years, and she can't leave. She's in this like below them. She's in this floor. That's what the black room with the red triangle is. It's an elevator to go to that floor. That's the big reveal. And so they're testing on her. Basically, they find out she's alive. They the file they're working on, Cold Harbor, the last file, is you find out that all those files were her brain. Every time they complete a file, that's a new personality for her.
Yeah.
So this has all been about her. For whatever reason, she's going to usher in something. They keep saying how important it is. They don't tell you what the fuck it is.
Oneism bullshit they've been doing in fucking movies.
Who knows?
And TV for
and you
years
have
now.
no idea why she's the one.
No.
I don't care.
So basically, the last episode is them devising a plan to break her out of there. He has that camera fight with the innie and the outie. Is like, hey, whoa, I'm going to go through with reintegrating you. We're going to be one person. He's like, well, yeah, but I've only been alive for like a year, and it's like, I'm like 10% of your brain. Like, you're going to just take over. I'm going to. But anyway, they have an argument, and then he just basically gets upset, and he's like, I'll help her, but I don't want to deal with you guys anymore. And the last episode is Mark finishing Cold Harbor, and then they have that weird. Remember, I sent you that clip of the black guy doing the marching dance thing?
Yeah. No, I sent you that clip.
No, you sent me that, but I said if you need to watch the show. So as soon as he had completed it, he walks a marching band into the room.
Like that.
A whole cell. That was kind of cool. That was kind of funny, but
Milchick is the only person. Milchick is the only person in this entire show that didn't annoy the shit out of me.
I got my problems with Milchick, but it's not because he's black, but it's for other stuff. After I explain everything. So
I just didn't like him because he's a double L.
I don't know what that means.
His last name is Tillman, but it's got 2 L's.
It's Milchick.
No, the actor's name.
Oh, did your family own his family back in the day?
No, the other Tillmans did. They're slave owners.
Oh, the bad Tillmans, but you good Tillmans didn't do anything.
Pat Tillman's family did.
Fuck
the double L's. I hate them all.
The 1L Tillmans, they're the bad ones.
They should have shot Pat Tillman twice.
Not the mustache Tillmans.
So anyway, they lock fucking Milchick in a bathroom. He is the easiest defeating villain in history. And then Mark goes off. They found directions. Like I'm not gonna tell you how they get the directions because it's stupid. But he knows how to get there. He has a fight with the big fat bearded guy. What's his name? Semper?
Big fat bearded guy.
Dylan.
I thought you knew. You said his name. Anyway, the big bad guy. He has a fight with him and the goat lady. They're about to sacrifice a goat, so that's why they weren't paying attention. That's what they do with the goats. She gets
that's the whole 3 episodes of goat shit. And it's so you know that they're sacrificing a goat.
Yeah, his name's Thurman or something. I thought you said
he was a huge security guy.
He's not black.
I didn't say he's black. I said he's huge.
You said big,
fat guy.
You said big black security guy.
No, big
I said
bad.
Big bad security guy. He was supposed to be the big boss.
Gotcha. Okay.
You're gonna rewatch this. I'm not wrong. Fuck you.
And then and then his big ass ends up getting his ass kicked by this old lady, this old goat lady.
Oh, he got built by Bran of Tarth. She's in this.
Oh, why?
She's the goat lady. She brings the goats to sacrifice.
I mean, I already knew that, but why is she in the show?
I don't know. They just need a giant.
And apparently,
chick.
apparently they've tried this several times because when she delivered the goat, she was like, do we have to keep killing the goats? And so in my mind, it was indicating that they've tried this several times.
So anyway, they're about to kill a goat, and then they hear Mark banging on the door that he found. He knows that's the way to get to his wife, or his Audi's wife. So he gets attacked by the Drummond, whatever the hell his name is. And the goat lady saves him because, she doesn't want to kill goats anymore. And so they get in the elevator, and as soon as he gets in the elevator, it's a different floor. So he turns into fucking Audi Mark, and he accidentally they have I don't even know what they're called, that gun, basically a gun that like kills goats, like it shoots out something. It doesn't shoot a bullet, but it shoots out like some kind of
probably air
skull crushing. No, it's like an actual like bolt that comes out. If you know,
like a cattle bolt.
Yes, but it's in a handgun form for goats.
Ooh, that's kind of cool.
It was, but when he wakes up, Mark doesn't know what the hell's going on. He just has this thing in his guy's throat, and he pulls the trigger. And
that was cool.
Puts a hole.
It was cool.
So basically, he kills what's his name, Drummond.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he accidentally kills Drummond.
He's crazy. Like, I'm the only one who hasn't watched the show, but I'm the only one that has an IMDb of the show pulled up, so I can know what the fuck people talking about.
Well, you know what? You should contribute something, you son of a bitch.
I didn't know Patricia Arquette was in this show. When she?
That's who that one chick. That's the old chick we were talking about.
That's who created everything?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one talks like a robot.
And the big bad evil corporation stole her invention.
I don't remember her in the show at all.
I think I even said Arquette originally.
She was the manager in the first season. She was the one that Milchek took over for in the second season.
Oh, okay.
She's the one that talks like this.
Now I do.
You must go to the store and buy a sandwich.
And what was her first movie, Till? Don't look on IMDb.
Batman?
No.
Was it the Christian Slater movie?
Batman Returns.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Okay, cool. You knew that. She's fat and old now. I deal with it.
I quit.
Anyway,
you guys can have this channel. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I don't blame you. So he goes in. He finds her. She's like dismantling her crib. Because that's what Cold Harbor is. Like her, like in her fertility issues are supposed to be the one thing that would like blow her brain up. But she's just dismantling this crib. The old guy's watching her from his private television. That's supposed to mean something. The guy that runs everything.
Creepy.
Yeah, he's got a secret room with a TV and he's watching everything. And for whatever reason, they're all super happy that she's dismantling this crib. Anyway, Mark breaks in. He saves her. They go up into the elevator, and he turns back into any Mark, and she turns into the chick from the first season, the Miss Cable, Miss something or other. The one that she was just like doing their interviews and shit, or their therapy or whatever the hell they were doing. She turns into that chick. So basically, he's an innie and she's some other person.
He's the therapist from the first season. He
walks her to, he gets her to the door where they walk out, and they're off the severed floor. And she turns back into her, and they're like, she looks at him, and he just shuts the door. The redhead comes out of nowhere and finds him, and he just looks at her, and he's like, I'm sorry. He just goes off and heads off to the redhead. He bangs the redhead in this. Did you know that, Till? His innie banged the redhead in this show.
Cool.
Twice.
No,
hold that thought. I just realized I left water boiling. This is not a bit. I don't
God,
know. For like almost an hour.
I know.
Till's got to take a shit, and he doesn't want to tell anybody.
I told you, it's not a bit. I was being serious.
No.
All right, I'm back.
Ken's urinating.
God damn it, Ken. Why you always gotta fucking stop the fucking recording? I feel like he doesn't take this shit seriously sometimes.
Well, he said he was drinking, so he probably has to be. It's probably legit.
I was hoping he was gonna come back while I was saying that. Semper, I say we cut Ken out. We get someone like Pessy, or someone who people like.
Pessy hates you.
Pessy,
oh shit!
I don't think Pessy likes me.
Hey Ken, what's going on?
I'm pretty sure Pessy hates all of us.
No, Pessy likes me now.
the very last scene of this show, you know in the 80s sitcoms where they used to end the episode by people jumping up and then they would still frame it?
Yeah.
Or running away from the camera or running towards the camera and they'd still frame it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how this season ended.
Yeah.
They were running down the hallway and it freeze framed and then it went into this like
It did this song.
like saturated tone and it was all grainy and it just stayed there. And it was like they jumped up in the air like this and we're like, woohoo, and then it paused.
Yeah. It was almost the ending of fucking Breakfast Club. We're just, yeah. That's the end of the movie, cut credits.
I would like to restate how much I fucking hate this show.
Now, I will say, people talking about this show is more interesting than the show. Like, because there's theories out there that one of the cooler ones was they're secretly trying to make super soldiers where, you know, these people, you disconnect them and they don't feel anything and they're trying to like just create mindless soldiers or people that are compliant. And the other one is there's a lot of secret medical imagery in it. And another theory is like these people are all like in a coma or something like that. Like nothing that's happening is real. But I was like, all right, that's kind of cool, but it's also kind of stupid unless they're in the future or something like that. Like,
I mean, it even if they're in a coma, I think that makes it all pretty dumb because like everything's pointless then.
yes, nothing means that.
Well,
It's like that movie
and
Identity at the end where you're finding, oh, it's all in this guy's head, and you're like, oh, great, so nothing mattered.
yes,
and that's fine, except for the fact that they waste 2-3 episodes on shit that in the grand scheme of things was nothing. Like
Yeah, that's
Bert
another reason why I
sending
hate this show.
Bert sending the gay dude off.
oh, we didn't even talk about the
Where'd he
gay
go? Why? We don't know. No reason. Just fucking send him away. You know, and never to be seen again.
Yeah,
Good. Get him out. Get him out of my country.
They made Christopher Walken gay in this.
Christopher
And that's- I'm
Walken
still-
likes the penis.
More like Christopher Cocking.
Christopher Cocking.
Ayo. So that whole thing, they're trying to fucking make it emotional. Like they found out like he was spying on him and he was trying to get information on Lumen. So they sent Christopher Walken, who's supposed to be retired and gay, but apparently he's like their hitman, but he's severed. So his Audi only drives him to a certain location and then the innie takes over and kills people, apparently. Yeah. Dude, I know. I know that look. I'm there. And I'm so
We're on
tired of
the-
fucking dorks online praising this show up and down. Like it's the greatest thing ever. This
At
is me
least it's not.
contrarian.
At least they're not talking about Snow White.
Now, if
Yeah.
actually, I haven't heard that many people talking about it.
Every dork is talking about Snow White. They can't stop talking about it.
Oh, I haven't seen anything since the movie came out.
Go
but
on
it
It's a
Twitter,
bunch of
everybody's-
grown men,
I was
grown
working this weekend.
babies talking about Snow White to other grown babies. And quite honestly, I never gave a shit about the cartoon, so I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck
I
if
haven't
it's good
even
or bad.
I haven't even checked YouTube at all.
No,
this
it's how do I put this? I was never gonna watch this fucking movie. It's
Nope.
for children. I complain about Rachel Zegler because she's a bitch. She's annoying and she's stupid and she deserved to be made fun of. She was never good for this part, but at the same time, I don't give a shit. I was never gonna watch this movie. I don't care if they're saying it's the greatest thing ever. I didn't watch that Wicked movie. I don't
Nope,
fucking care.
not
It's not for
interested.
me.
Yeah, let the gays.
Yeah,
Watch
it was
that.
always for gays. It was always for gays.
Hmm
Immediately. Ugh.
And people from Boston, because they like to say "wicked."
All right, well, you're stretching that. And it
So if there's
made my point worse with adding that. Now I look stupid.
Well,
I
it wasn't
say-
hard.
I say if there's a third season of
There is. They've already.
that's
They're
what I'm
really
saying.
good.
I say if, but I know that they're going to have a third season. I'm not going to watch it until it's over, and then I'm just going to binge it because I
What?
think this show would have been better if you could binge the entire 2 seasons.
I think it would have been better
maybe.
if I didn't have to watch any of it ever.
But waiting to go to the desolate, Michigan car left the town and watch as she walks through silent through this town and then finds her little book in the basement and then gets in a fight and says, I hate Lumen. And then she drives off. I didn't want to wait a week for that. I waited a fucking week for that. And I was annoyed at the end of it. If I didn't have to wait the entire week, I probably wouldn't have hated that episode as much as I did.
I'm going to say it. Ben Stiller's a fucking hack. Fuck him.
I mean, I think he's just past his prime. That's what happens to the best of them.
Did you watch all the after show stuff, Ken, where they explained what they were doing and stuff like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Damn. Sorry. Hold on.
You didn't even smoke and your voice sounds worse than mine. Jesus Christ. Pull it together, man.
So the whole thing for the last like 3 episodes was cold fusion. It came out of nowhere. Cold fusion. Don't let them finish it. It'll kill her. And then they get in there and they're like, we're going to finish it. And they finished it and it didn't fucking kill her.
Well, she had to pass one test. After the test, they were supposed to kill her, allegedly.
Well,
and the five fucking people that work in this giant conglomerate. Fucking stupid ass show.
What was your problem with Milchick?
Milchick is all right. So he is the most easily defeated villain ever in history, and they're trying to do this redemption arc because he's kind of turning on Lumen. Like he's even in the last episode, he's so in that last episode, Till, they bring out a wax statue of the head guy. Fuck, I should probably know the names of these things, but whatever. The statue of the head Lumen guy, the creator of
God.
Yeah,
Lumen God.
So when he completes it, the wax statue starts talking to them.
Okay.
And he was like, "Oh, thank you for completing this." And he's like moving around all animatronically. And then, like, you know, Milchick comes out and starts, "Oh, thank you." And they have this back and forth. And Milchick's whole thing is like, this black guy he uses too big words. Stop using such big words, you black genius.
By the way, there was an entire episode on his performance evaluation, Till. An entire fucking episode on his performance evaluation.
Stop using such big words, you genius, black, beautiful bastard. And so he has this back and forth with the robot, pretty much. But the robots are saying, "Oh man, we're never gonna get through this. You use such big words," and they get angry at each other and start talking shit. And it's just like it's building up to where it looks like he's turning on Lumen, but he also knew that Asian chick was in that fucking. There's an episode where she almost escapes. We kind of glossed over that.
Yeah,
but
he turns her back around.
He turns her back around. So he's the biggest scumbag. He knows about the murders. He knows about everything else. But because he's black and because he's like a genius, apparently, he's going to turn on Lumen and be probably another good guy going forward after another couple episodes, which I think is such lazy writing. If he was white, he'd be an evil character. But because he's black, he's got to have a redemption arc. And that's my fucking thing with Milchick. And he's so easily defeated. He was, in this last episode, he was thrown in a fucking bathroom and he was just held there by a woman. A woman was able to hold the door until they threw something in front of it.
He almost got out of the door, but then the white woman was saved by the other black guy.
I get that, but he would never. He's twice her size. He would have ripped that door open and it would have broke both of her arms. And then in the first season, not even going back to the first season. In this season, he was in the first episode, they just literally run away from him or lock him in something, and he's just you assholes. And in the first season, he was when they're all trying to do that secret mission at the last episode, he was held down by a fucking door and a belt.
Yeah, was it a belt or a tie? It was one of the two.
It was a tie. I think it might have been. No, I thought it was a belt.
Was it a belt? It might have been a belt. I don't know.
So he was thwarted by a belt and a tie to get this mission out, and it's just like, this is the worst bad guy. You want him to be a genius, but he's so easily beaten. It's like he's a joke at this point.
So you know how you had such a problem with the cleaning being the control measure for Silo?
Mm-hmm.
And you know how they were constantly bringing people into the break room to keep them under control?
Uh-huh.
In Severance. Yeah, that didn't play any part in the second season. That was just whatever.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
The break room went away, and they had no control over anyone.
Well, they were trying to hinting at the fact that this is from somebody talking about it, that like after he completed Cold Harbor, that they're just going to dismantle that whole office. Like they're going to get rid of all those people, whether they kill them or they just fire them.
So
or
that's
whatever.
why they were at Skeleton Crew.
Yeah. Well, that's why the break room was all looked like it was already being disassembled. Like they didn't care. Their main objective was to get Cold Harbor done. That was it. That's what I heard from people talking about the show.
Well, that's what the show said. Like Cold Harbor was everything. And but as far as Milchick goes, he was quirky and he was fun, and that's what I liked about him.
Dude, all right, so the fat black guy, he was like, if they did his bidding, he would get secret meetings with his Audi's wife. So she starts making out with him. She starts falling more in love with the innie than she does her Audi. And she tells the Audi like gets all pissed off. So she has to break it off with the innie, and it like crushes him. So to the point where he has to quit, and he's like, "Oh, I resign. Here's my thing." And he just resigns, and he's expected to die and never come back. Well, they bring him back because the Audi didn't want him to quit. So he's like, "No, I don't accept this. You don't really have a choice in this." So the Audi wrote him a letter. The Milchick sits him down. And he goes, "I'm going to give you this, but I'm not going to be here to watch you read it because it could be personal information. And it can make you look really stupid. So I'm going to leave." So when he does that, he sprints out of the room. It looks so weird and stupid, but I was dying laughing. It didn't make any sense, but it was so like out there that I was like, all right. There's some funny parts in this fucking show.
That's why I really hate about the show. There's no grounding to it whatsoever.
Well, that was one of the parts that I liked, was him cheating on his wife, cheating on him with himself. That was a cool, like, that was a cool concept to explore. I like that.
Again, with another thing with the show, it went nowhere. It
didn't go anywhere. Well, what it did is it pissed him off, which caused him to slide that vending machine that came out of nowhere. Slide that vending machine in front of the bathroom door.
Well,
that vending machine was in. That vending machine was in the break room. So he had to unplug it, push it out of the break room, not the punishment break room, but their actual break room. Push it out of the break room onto that carpet, then slide it over the carpet, and then push it in front of the bathroom door.
Yeah, he had to. His tiny fat ass had to drag that vending machine down a hallway, and yeah, that's kind of I don't believe it. Through a bunch of fucking zombie cheerleading instrument players.
Dude, the fucking band was awesome. I like the band.
Like they're doing this fight and this war and shit, and the fucking zombie people are still playing their instruments, doing their little routine. Like. But that didn't make sense because they're able to get, they end up getting their attention. It's like, hey, you should be fighting with us. These people are just going to turn us off after this. If we let him out of the bathroom, he's just going to kill all of us. You guys should be fighting with us. So they're setting up season 3 as a war between the innies and
the
women.
Innie revolt. Yep.
And it's just stupid because they can just flip a switch from anywhere.
You go into overtime protocol and it changes all the innies into Audis, and then they're all confused.
But they're not. They're going to try to drag this shit on like it's a big deal. It's either going to end in one episode or it's going to give me a 5-episode arc where they're like,
it's definitely not going to end in one episode.
Yeah.
They're going to need an episode just to explain to you whatever switch they're throwing, that in the end, when they throw it, it doesn't actually work.
Isn't it like, so it's got to be some kind of, like, if they got to throw a switch, can't this all be solved by just turning the power off?
Yes.
Like
they have the control room where they could literally change them to whatever they want.
Even if they take over the control room, turn the power off to the building. Oh wait, what's going on? So you can call us contrarian. You guys can go fuck yourselves. The show's not good. I'm gonna keep watching just because why not? But
you want me to read another comment?
Yes, please.
I'm in the Walking Dead realm with this show where I don't like any of the episodes, but I'm watching because I've just invested too much. Like your favorite, the New York Walking Dead is coming back.
Oh God!
Here's one from a new fan says, Just making sure I don't fit in the podcast.
Yeah, you know what? Accurate.
Yep.
I'll wear that proudly. Thank you.
It's not the worst show I've ever seen, but
No, absolutely
this
not.
second season was terrible. I'm sorry. I'll fight somebody over that. This second season was awful.
They created all this intrigue, and the answers they're giving you, which I knew was going to happen from the start, are fucking stupid and like almost lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you either
what's-
didn't find out, or the road just ended.
That's my biggest complaint about this. Everybody talking about this show is like, this is so amazing. Did you see when they did this? And she's been there the whole time. I was like, yeah, it's pretty stupid. If you think about it, it's pretty stupid.
Now, as far as it goes with Drummond, instead of having the Game of Thrones lady beat the shit out of him, what I would have done is I would have had him start going after her, beat the shit a little bit out of her, like, and then she runs away and she turns the corner of the hallway and then she runs into all of the fucking goat people. And then all of the fucking goat people just commence to beating the shit out of him.
I thought you were gonna say-
That is the way I would have handled that.
I thought you were going to say all the goats just run up and start eating Drummond. That would have been cool.
I
Like
mean,
they've been secretly working on something. Like this lazy ass, like, I don't want you to sacrifice this fucking goat. I'm going to attack you, big man.
Yeah, it's pretty lame.
And fuck I'm sorry, fuck you guys, you're stupid. We're not wrong. You're dumb.
We're never wrong.
Nope.
Also,
It's not a great show.
Who gives a shit?
I wanted to like the second season, and the second season was just bad.
I said it. They even say in the comments. I said I wanted to like this show. I think there's something
It doesn't
there.
matter what you say. What you say, kid. It only matters what they feel.
It's their truth, Ken.
Their truth.
Truth.
Why are you not respecting their truth, Ken?
Respect their truth, Ken.
They don't feel seen, Ken.
They don't feel safe.
Blow it all up. Take out everything. Drop the nuke.
Remember to like and subscribe. And leave a comment down below telling us what you thought of Severance Season 2.
Why are you lagging?
Why are you gay?
Yeah, your shit's all over. Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
Seriously, is it my? It can't be my internet. It's his internet, right?
It's happened on my end too.
What are you talking about?
You gotta
You're like-
unfuck your internet.
Your video is very
My
pixelated.
internet, it's fine.
What resolution do you got your thing on?
I'm at 4K, baby.
You're like barely 480. Oh wait, there
I'm
you go.
checking
Clear
my
up, clear up.
connection. Calm down. No, dude, I'm at 185 down and probably the same up.
Our image would disagree.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Texas is lying to you, big guy.
Everything's bigger in Texas, especially when they
Speed test.
inflate their their bandwidth numbers. And I can't tell if Ken's still fidgeting like he always does. His is always like ever so slightly.
I don't see that in
I'll
mine.
Okay, God, thank God, now he's
Oh,
gone.
thank God.
This is absolutely all his fault. I didn't want to say it while he's here because I don't want him to feel bad. Mainly because I want to get through this. Hey, there he
That's
is.
better. Hey, there he is.
Better.
Yeah.
Much better. Still as
So I
old as
just
shit.
had to log off and log back on.
Nope, you're clipping again. God damn it. What is going on?
Hold on.
Well, now you're tiny.
Is that better?
No.
Damn it, I hate this. I hate this whole thing.
Why is he doing this?
What about now?
Nope.
It's okay. I'll just add more filters to make it even worse, so it looks like it's on purpose.
I'm meaning to talk to you about that.
It's not better at all.
What do you...
Keeps doing it.
Some sweet shoulder.
It's honestly 1,000 times worse.
Well, because I haven't finished yet.
Finish what? Are you putting it in building
I
blocks?
switched to a different camera, you fuck.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
I'm not
that.
the one wasting everyone's time. You're the one that doesn't know what the fuck he's doing.
I get that he's switched to a different camera.
I know what the fuck I'm doing on my end. It's fine.
Yeah, in Texas it's fine. Everywhere else in the world, it's garbage.
Is that better?
No, but
No,
then I'm
we'll
not
just
going
deal
back
with
to my
it.
other
We'll
fucking
just do it.
camera then.
We'll just
It's
do
not.
it. We'll just deal with it.
I'm going back to my other camera. Fuck off.
I'm just gonna
Do
put up.
that. Why is that a threat? Oh no! Don't go back to your other camera.
I don't.
Sorry, your camera sucks.
My camera doesn't suck.
It does on our end when it enters the internet.
Your end sucks. Clearly, your end sucks.
Both of ours suck.
Yeah,
It's us, I
it's
guess.
both of our internets.
Yes.
I can see him crystal clear. I can see all the folds in his fucking green screen. You look like you're transmitting from 1990.
Whoa.
What is that? Why do
Hold
we
on.
do
This
it?
fucking thing is huge. Hold
Why
on.
do,
That's what she said.
And
This is what she said.
why do we even do this? Why do we do this anymore?